guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. And yeah, we've got the first preview of the year, so let's waste no time, let's get straight into it, let's go. Hello everyone and welcome back to this FA Cup preview video. The first one of the new year, and I hope you all had a good new year. Hope you all have a very good 2022 and whatever you decide to do. But yeah, let's get straight into it. The game we're looking at is going to be Hull City versus Everton. Championship side taking on a Premier League side. It's Hull City versus Everton, as I've just said. We know in the FA Cup anything can happen. Just look at Lincoln a couple of years ago, for example. They had an amazing run. I think they barely at one point and they beat them, and then they got knocked out. I can't remember who by. But yeah, they had a very good run. Hull City as well. FA Cup final 2014. Unlucky to lose a late winner by Kieranrants. So Hull City in the Championship currently 19th. We lost against Blackpool, and we had a couple of games called off over Christmas, Blackburn and Boxing Day, Sheffield United on the 29th with COVID. Everton in the Premier League haven't been doing too great either. They are in 15th place in the Premier League. 8 points off relegation, same points as Leeds. Leeds haven't had a great season. Everton have got some good players. But yeah, let's move on to the team news, and I'm going to leave the Everton team news to our guest, who we will talk more of later on. So Hull City team news on my predicted 11. I expect it to be a strong team, but there could be some changes with like injuries and COVID. I think it's going to be a strong team, like I just said. I'm going to go for the usual 3-5-2 formation that Grant McCann has used in recent weeks. We're going to go for Nathan Baxter in goal. He's been a great goalkeeper for us recently, on loan from Chelsea. Gone for a back three of Dijon Bernard on loan from United, Sean McLaughlin and Jacob Greaves. Should be a very good defence, depending on whoever can play up front. 5 midfielder gone for Kieranrants Potter on one of the wings and Ryan Longman on the other, but Malik Wilks and Randell Williams could come in if he decides to change things up. 3 in the middle, I'm going for Greg Doherty, Honeyman and Richie Smallwood, who could be replaced by Tom Huddleston. Experience in there somewhere. And then up front I've gone for Josh McGuinness, who could easily be replaced by Tom Eaves, and Tyler Smith also on the bench. But they could bring some under 23s in, but I hope it's a strong team, because we had a game a week ago and we've got a game a week after Saturday. So yeah, my score prediction is going to be a 2-1 win to Hull City. I think we'll have a strong team, and Everton not doing so well in the FA Cup. Anything can happen. That's why I've gone for a 2-1 win to the Championship side, Hull City. I'm going to go for, say, Kieranrants Potter and George Honeyman to score for us, and Anthony Gordon, who has impressed me recently for Everton, to score the goal for them. So yeah, now let's move on to the Everton guest, who has a big following on YouTube and TikTok. And funny has the same name as me, and that is Kieranrants. Take it away, mate.
Hull City versus Everton in the FA Cup third round. Yeah, let's get into the preview then. So Everton are coming off the back of a loss against Brighton, and really not a good run of form against any Premier League team, to be quite frank. We've only won one game within the past, I think, 2 months now, and that was against Arsenal. Really not looking good, Everton on at the moment. We've had injuries, we've had COVID and everything else like that. But we're coming into this FA Cup game with a few players back. Going into this game, injury-wise, I don't really think there's too many new injuries. I don't think there's too many. Apparently, Dominic Calvert-Lewin could be out, but I didn't think he was going to start this game anyway. Jared Brantwaite, who could have made an appearance, isn't going to make an appearance because of COVID. And there might be a few other players like that, but realistically, we've got our full 11 in this game. And going into this, we should win. Look, no disrespect to Hull, even though Hull are, in a relegation battle in the Championship. I've got no disrespect to them whatsoever. I think we should be winning this game. Any Premier League club will be saying, look, we've got to win this game. And if Everton are the real deal and we want to try and do something this year, we've got to go out and say that, we've got to win. We've got to win against Hull City. So here's my starting 11. Here's my predicted starting 11 that I think Everton will start. I think they're going to start with Begovic in goal, even though I'm very resistant to say that because I don't think Begovic is good enough to even start against Hull City. Again, no disrespect. Kenny at right back, Godfrey with Keane at centre back. We've got no real other options, bar maybe Holgate, bar maybe Coleman potentially coming to this game, but I doubt it. Hell, maybe even Patterson who signed today. So, I think that's going to be the starting 11, like defence-wise anyway. Malenko, it's a big if. It's a big, big if, but we haven't got anyone else at left back at the moment. We haven't got Nelson Cuckoo. He's out on loan. We haven't got Luca Digne because he looks like he's getting frozen out by Rafa Benitez. So I hope Malenko, if he's fit, and he's ready to go, he's definitely going to start in this game. Then I'm going for a midfield three or a 4-2-3-1, whatever you want to call it, really. It doesn't really matter. We've got Davis and Allan in the holding positions, and then we've got Onyango at cam. You could argue maybe bringing Gomez in this game. You could argue maybe bring Decore. I think Decore deserves a rest. And I don't think Gomez really sparks me with any sort of excitement, whereas Onyango does. And I think with Onyango, we've got to start. We've got to give him a bit of game time. And against Hull City, him and Gordon, the link-up play could do quite well. So we'll have to see about that one. Then the front three, we've got Damari Gray at left wing with Gordon at right and Rondon down the middle. Now, going to be a controversial one starting Rondon, but I don't want to start Dominic Calvert-Lewin in this game or Richarlison. I only want to see them come off the bench if we're losing against Hull because, again, this team should be good enough to beat Hull City. This team should be good enough to beat any championship team, I think, within reason, to be fair. Look, we've just got to get the win. It's as simple as that. From an Everton point of view, we've got to get the win. And I hope that we do get the win. And score prediction-wise, I'm going to go for a... We've not been scoring many lately, so I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Everton. I think that you will bag a goal. I think our defence is vulnerable. And if Hull City are looking at a weak point in this team, I think you've got to overload the midfield. And I think then from then on, from overloading the midfield, you then progress on. And you press on, you press high. And you put pressure on us, and that's how you're going to win the game. If you want to win this game, you've got to press from the front. You've got to press us constantly. And I know it's going to be hard, because it's different quality of player and whatnot. But really, you're looking at some of these players here. Onyango, Gordon. Well, I'm not going to shove Gordon in this ring. Onyango, very inexperienced. He's not really started for Everton. Rondon, everyone's questioning his quality. Begovic, I question his quality. Kenny, I question his quality. Keane, Davis, a lot of these players here, half of these players that I've mentioned here, aren't exactly the most experienced. And the danger men on this team are probably Anthony Gordon and Damari Gray. They've been on hot fire recently, especially Anthony Gordon. He got his first 2 goals in the Premier League against Brighton, and he was really the shining light, to be quite frank. But what I'm going to say this now is big respect to Hull City if they do beat us, and I wouldn't be surprised. Half of me would not be surprised if we go out there and lose 5-0. To be quite frank, that's how bad Everton's been at the moment. But I'm hoping Everton can win. And thank you for having me on. Thank you for inviting me onto your preview. I hope everything goes well with your channel and with Hull City for the rest of the season.
So yeah, that was Kieranrants and his thoughts. And a big thanks for him to coming on the preview video. I do really appreciate it. And so make sure you go subscribe to him on YouTube and follow him on TikTok. All his links to his socials will be in the description of this video. He's an amazing content creator, so thank you for coming on. Don't forget to check him out. And in terms of this video, please make sure you leave a like, comment your score prediction. Will Hull City beat Premier League side Everton? Let's hope so. Subscribe if you are new. Most of my social media links will be in the description as well. And we are now on Twitch. I've got a channel on Twitch, it's KWeber20. The profile picture is a Hull City shirt. So make sure you give that a follow. Live FIFA streams and GTA, Warzone, Call of Duty. If you're on them, then they will be over on Twitch. So yeah, that's enough of me talking. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'll see you for the review video, hopefully with Kieranrants again. But for now, see you later.